silly, doesn't it? Like, I wasn't expecting to have that kind of reaction. Because when you're saying stuff like that in your head, it sounds normal. And then you say it out loud, and you think like, oh goodness, that's really messed up. That's really messed up. You know, you don't realise how severe my way of thinking is really off until you say it out loud, till you hear the words. But anyway, I went those days without asking for food in the hospital. And, you know, the hospital can get quite hot at night. And I wouldn't even ask to open the window. I was roasted. I had about 3 hours sleep, 4 hours sleep. Because the heat was so intense. But anyway, I went into this lovely lady's room. You know, I was in a room with her. And I seen the way she was getting her needs met. She was asking, hey, can you open the window? It's hot in here. And, hey, can you assist me to the toilet? You know, sometimes she would ask at night time if she wanted something to eat. She would ask for toast and that. And I said it to her. I said, I like the way you ask for what you need. You're not worried about friction or, you know, like, you're not worried about being a nuisance or anything. She said, you have to ask for what you need. And I said, but what if they say no? And she says, well, out of 10 people, 2 will say no. She said, Laura, 2. The other 8 will always be happy to assist you with what you want, you know, what you need. I said, okay. I said, well, I'm learning from you. I said, you're teaching me something here. And she said, you just need to be more assertive and go this far. I didn't. I thought I would just say it to the nurse. And then I guess that was me speaking up, because I said it to the nurse. But I didn't think it would be investigated. I didn't think anyone would hear me, listen to me. I didn't think it was going to be taken serious. But it looks like it is. The manager here in the nursing home has suspended the staff, and my social worker is looking into it. The investigation is going to go on there. So I guess in a way I spoke out, you know, and a lot of times I wouldn't. I just say, oh, I always put it down to life. I always say, oh, that's life, that's what happens. It happens to everyone, you know. And then I don't complain about it and I move on. Met this lady in the hospital, and she gave me the encouragement to speak up. So that's why I said it to the nurse. And then I'm very blessed. The nurse that I said it to reported to the manager. So you know that's a good nurse. If something ever happens like this again, say no. You can say no. You're allowed to walk out. You're allowed to not obey. And I said, but what if it was late in the evening, and if I didn't, that's their policy. So if I didn't agree, would I not be removed from the premises? Do you know? And she said, no, you wouldn't. You're allowed to say no. Your son would be allowed to be in the premises. They only remove you if you're aggressive or something. I said, okay. Well, I didn't know that. And I've always come back to this same thing in life. You always felt like you were doing something wrong if you didn't obey, if you didn't go with what was being done. Do you know, you'd get into more trouble. And that's what I did. I just went along with what was done, because I thought I thought I couldn't say no. And that's the problem I've been having ever since I was young. Can I say no? Am I allowed to? Or do I have to go with this? And then Only years later do you find out. Just, you know, it can take me a long time, yeah. They figure out, oh, what happened there wasn't meant to happen. You know, as I get older. It's just coming from a background of abuse. You just don't want to cause trouble. You don't want to be a nuisance. You know, don't want to be a burden on anyone. You want to do, you know, what's asked of you. You just don't want to make anyone's life harder or make their job harder than what it is for them already. And then you're kind of questioning in your mind, like, is this right? This doesn't feel right. Like, my whole body is screaming out, telling me this is not right. When that incident happened in the nursing home on the Monday, the next day, when it all kicked in, I thought of that lady. I said, no, this is not right, like something is not right. It feels, I know that they say it's a policy and this must happen, but the way of going about it was very wrong. In prison, I felt very unsafe and my dignity was robbed. I didn't sleep, I was anxious, like. So anyway, he reported to the manager, and then the manager then came down to me and he asked me what happened. And anyway, the staff has been suspended without pay. And it's a very grey area because I come from abuse. And as I said, I don't want to cause any hassle, so I just go with whatever they say. And then he reported it. And many times would someone else report things and it would never get sent on to the manager or to the police or anyone. Do you know? It would be forgotten about. So I was glad to meet him. And I'm glad to have the team as well to support me, my social workers, to support me. Because again, things are very hazy, very grey when you come from abuse. To know what is okay for people to do to you and what isn't okay, do you know? And a lot of times I second guess myself, and I tend to like think, oh, this thing is happening to me, I don't like it, but I'll go ahead and do it because I don't want to cause friction. Do you know, I just keep quiet, I'll do what I'm told. And I just keep it to myself and say that's life and move on. Do you know? But this time I did it different. I spoke up this time. So I'm proud of myself. I'm learning. I'm getting there. Okay. Bye.